Off we go then to Etihad South once again. Thanks a lot to RRG for another great car to drive down in. And what will happen today? Great weather for it, as it always is when you go to Wembley.
Please, there is a ticket check operation.
Pre-match nerves, as you'd expect. I think City will be totally professional. I don't think they'll be sat back after last weekend. I expect them to do the job, but it'll be tight.
I think United are the toughest opponent City could play today because of the motivation they'll have after losing last year, don't you?
Yeah, I think, look, Ten Hag this, Ten Hag that, he's probably going to go. So will that have an effect on the game and the morale in their camp? I think it will, actually. I don't think they've got the leadership in that locker room to pull them through this. I expect City to come through.
Well, I've followed City since 1958. I've been to every single final, and this is by a million miles the best period of my life. Unbelievable. When I went from losing at Halifax to sitting in Istanbul, it was the end of the rainbow for me. I'll never ever see this again. So enjoy it, Blues.
So you saw Joe Mercer, Malcolm Allison.
Absolutely.
You saw Colin Bell and his pump.
Absolutely.
And now you're comparing it to this, which is the best?
Everybody asks the same question. Sometimes when I'm watching De Bruyne, some of his movements looks like Colin Bell. They're very, very similar. Of the two, I still think Colin Bell has got the edge. I loved him. He was one-off. He was a criminal when he got injured in that cup tie. He was an absolute criminal. Cost City at least 5 or 6 good years.
But nothing will ever beat this era, will it?
And 4 on the trot? Never. Never see it again.
It could be a double-double.
We hope so. We hope so. Oh, thanks, Ian. Thanks a lot.
Right, I'm thinking that we start favourites. We've got De Bruyne, Foden in fantastic form. We've got Pep. We've got a strong defence. I can't see us losing at all. I think we'll see what their lineup is. Interested to see who they've got as centre back. A couple of United fans on the tram were basically saying Varane will play, but he hasn't played in a long time. So that's going to be the interesting thing on the team news for them. So I think we're going to do it, definitely. And big pitch, hot day, having the ball. It's all going in our direction. I'll be flabbergasted if we don't win.
I think we're going to win. Because we've got...
What score?
4-0.
Are you not worried about United? Because I'll be honest with you, because they're our derby rivals and we beat them last year, I'm a bit worried.
I don't know, but I feel like the fans are a bit too excited.
They're fans?
Yeah.
So you're more relaxed? Let's hope you're right.
4-2 today. Haaland hat-trick with a Foden finish, he says. That's what he's going for anyway.
Why are you so confident? I mean, they saw what they beat Liverpool in their quarter-final.
First time at Wembley. He's going to take it with us. He's going to bring good luck to Wembley, aren't you, today? That's his first time in London as well, so his first derby, first time at Wembley, so that's why we're feeling confident in today.
Do you think it's going to be quite a big score by the sense of it?
He thinks so too. I think it's going to be 2-0. I think City will score early on, and then I think we'll get one right at the end as well.
You're not worried about them because it's a big game. It's the biggest game.
No, I'm not at all. It's their biggest game, but it's even bigger for us to get a second double in 2 years. So.
And they won the league.
Yeah, and they won the league.
Absolutely, you're dead right there.
And they might win the Ballon d'Or.
Foden might win the Ballon d'Or
at the moment, won't they?
We've managed to blag ourselves into Club Wembley, so we're sat in the United end looking at the Blues celebrating. It's going to be a fantastic day.
You're very confident. I mean, I can remember a time when we were the underdogs of these games and they seemed very arrogant.
You were doing Junior Blues at the time and he was about 2.
Yeah.
He
One of your main guys, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's how bad we've been there in the bad times. So yeah, we are not arrogant, but yeah, you never know.
Not bitter, just better. I'll take 4-0, Cheesy.
So are you pretty confident? Because
confident, 100%.
I'm really worried because they're
100%.
going to be fired up to beat us.
Well, of all the possession, anything can happen, but just
you know what?
Look at
it
the
doesn't
teams.
really matter. This time last year, I was like you, a bit worried stopping our treble.
What's last week?
Yeah. If they do it, so what? They can have the FA Cup.
When's it enough?
We've done 4 in a row.
When's it enough?
This is just a little icing on the cake if we get it. So.
Yeah, Godspeed.
Anyway, there's 3 beer up there, Cheesy.
Yeah.
It's going to be 1, but I think it's going to be
a blue day, possibly by 1 or 2 goals.
You think the heat and the temperature that there is down here, because it is warm, suits City because of the passing and possession game?
I'd probably say towards the end of the game, when United have been out of possession for the majority of the game, I think they'll tire, hopefully, and hopefully if they have Casemiro at centre half, I think that'll suit us as well.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm hoping something similar. I'm hoping we get off to a start like we got off last week when Phil Foden knocks 2 in the first 15 minutes.
Oh, last season when Gundogan scored after 13
Yeah, but they
seconds.
did pull it back to equalise then, so we don't want that, do we? But hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll come through in the end.
What are you thinking of visiting Etihad South as often as you do?
Well, it's the first time we've actually been round this side before. We normally go up to one of the pubs up there, but the police are letting access from this side of the ground where we park to get here, so it's ideal.
There's a big fan park there,
yeah.
which you might
massive
want to go
queue
in.
to get in there as well.
But at the moment,
Good
no
atmosphere.
problem between the fans as either, is there?
No, it's what you want to see. It's what you want to see.
No, we've just been talking to one of the constabulary, and he said because there was no trouble last year, they're quite happy to let people mingle, and hopefully it will be the same again this time.
Let's hope it's the same result as well then.
Yeah, let's hope they take defeat as well like they did last year.
We're going to absolutely annihilate them. Ten Hag, the big lad, is getting fired. It's going to be 4-0.
You're not
easily.
frightened that after the game you're going to look a bit daft?
No, I might look daft because I might not have said enough goals. Go on, City.
I think 2-3-0 City should be pretty routine on the back of last week's title triumph. Thinking Foden, Haaland and De Bruyne for the third.
So you're very confident then. What makes you so confident?
Well, 17 trophies with Pep and after 7 years, 8 years. It's a good reason to be confident. And United are crap as well, so.
2-0 City. Foden and De Bruyne.
They're going to score?
Yeah, 2-0 City, Foden, De Bruyne.
And everybody's confident who I've been speaking to, but it is a one-off game.
Exactly.
Anything can happen. Are you worried at all?
Of course, it's United, isn't it? It's not like any team. If you get beat tonight, we'll never get the end of it. So, yeah, scared but confident. Yeah, you can say something.
I think it'll be a tight game like last year. Hopefully we'll edge it 2-1. I think Haaland could score, redeem himself for last year. Foden's got a good record against United. I think maybe Fernandes will score for them, but it doesn't matter as long as we score more, we win the games. Does it matter?
You couldn't ask for better weather today, could you?
No, this is just what you dream of on an FA Cup final day.
This is what happens on Cup final day.
Yeah.
It's in the script, isn't it?
I know.
What are you rating today?
I think 3-1.
Super confident. Look, remember this time last year when we were going for the treble and United could possibly have stopped it. Still thought we would win, but was a little bit nervous. Today, we play anywhere near what we can do. I'm sure we'll win. The guys are super focused, so I don't think there'll be any complacency. So yeah, I'm quite relaxed about today.
And this is the end where you scored that goal, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, top corner there. Sean does claim an assist, but he got in. Yeah, so mad to think it's 25 years next week. So special moment, but. For a special team and hopefully the same again today.
Thanks for what you did, otherwise we might not be here.
I don't know about that, but I keep saying it was just lovely to play a small part in the history and to see where the club is now.
Yeah, I'm really excited about today. I think it's really important that it be open in 20-25 minutes from City's point of view, because no one's really expecting United to come here and win, and I think that sprinkler's coming on. Don't want to get my hair wet, hey? The opening 25 minutes is important for City in terms of getting an early goal. And within that 25 minutes, because I think what will happen is we'll go on to then score second and control, and then actually they can totally unravel. But as long as it stays 0-0 and they're in the game with a chance, it will give them optimism, because if you're a quality player and no one's giving you a chance, you can come into this game really relaxed. And I think that is to be the most difficult part for City to cope with. So how to cope with that? They start well, play well, get a goal up, let that eventually go to 2, and I think then there could be a lot more from there.
I know the stadium's changed a lot, but this was the end here. I've just been talking to Paul that you assisted his goal.
Yes, well, as it happens, I was a Kevin De Bruyne pass before Kevin De Bruyne's time. But yeah, it was a block. Went to goal. The thing is, in games like this, you need to play well. You need a bit of luck, and in that game, that was a bit of luck. One, my shot deflects to Paul, And then a pole shoot, it takes the slightest of nicks to go over and above the goalkeeper and go in. So that's that marginal sort of difference that allowed us to go on and win the game. And sometimes in games like this, you need that little bit of luck. You need a referee to make good calls or get lucky calls. But City are good enough to play well, win the game on its merit. But playing against United, you need to still make sure that the referee's spot on with his calls and do our job. So I still see a City comfortable win.
Hopefully without penalties. Thanks for what you did in '99, Sean. Otherwise we might not be here.
Exactly, cheers.
What are you thinking today, Andy?
I'm looking forward to the game. Naturally, Manchester City are big favourites, and rightly so. You know, they've had a fantastic season again. But in a cup final, anything's possible. If Manchester United can keep it quiet for longer than 13 seconds, they'll get a foothold in the game, put it that way.
Despite playing for City, no mixed feelings for you?
Nah, none at all, none at all.
What are you thinking today?
I think 3-2 United, exciting game. And then, yeah, within 90 minutes, no extra time, 3-2. It's going to be 2-2 for a while, and then we're just going to clip at the end, 3-2.
I expected you to be in all red. You're almost wearing City colours.
I know, I had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction this morning, so this is what I ended up with, unfortunately.
Enjoy the game.
You too.
That wasn't the way the first half was supposed to go. City 2-0 down at the interval. Changed at the start of the second half. Will that change the game? Let's wait and see. You can only hope, can't you? Well, this certainly wasn't the way I expected the season. I hope the season would end. But I've got to say that despite losing to United, who reluctantly, I have to admit, were the better team, showed greater willpower today, broke the luck a little bit, but as much as it sticks in the throat, they were the better team on the day, I thought. But City won the league 4 in a row, which is a marvellous achievement. Got to the quarter-finals of the Champions League and only lost on penalties. And today they were in the FA Cup final at a glorious Wembley, but it was just a bridge too far. It's been an amazing season. I love being a Blue. I've loved travelling up and down the country, and all the reaction that you give to me on the vlogs and podcasts that I do. There will be one more audio podcast. Paul Simpson's going to be with me for the last podcast, so I hope you'll join us for that, the audio podcast. In the meantime, thanks very much to RRG Group, to M&M Artwork and Mirrors, to Timpson, and to, of course, the sponsors who've been with me all the way through the season, multioffencelawyers.com, Kenway Miller, and everybody else who's supported me. It's been an amazing ride. Hopefully I'll be back to do it again next season. And despite the disappointments of today, it's great to be a Blue. And it always will be. Richard, you and I have known each other for a long time. You're an esteemed journalist
Far
working
too
for the
long.
BBC.
Far too long, Casey.
Sum it up for me now, because the emotion's over, the game's over. How would you sum that up?
Just been outside, just chatting to City and United fans. Manchester United fans, a lot of them expected the team to turn up today, put on a performance. Not many expected them to win. But I think there was an energy to Manchester United today, wasn't there? Players back, of course, as you know, from injury. Some of them didn't last the full game. But there was an energy, there was a strategy that made it very difficult for Manchester City today. City not at the best, we know that. City can play much better than that. They couldn't quite find their rhythm apart from certain periods in the game. Having said that, I think most people in this ground, when Manchester City scored, expected City to go on and win because they're such a fantastic team. Didn't quite work for City today, but the emotion for Manchester United was clear to see. I was standing in the corner where the players were celebrating Andre Onana going into the crowd. Real emotion for Manchester United today. And interestingly, Cheesy, just chatting to fans outside, asking them about Erik ten Hag, I asked about 8 or 9. All of them wanted him to stay. Now,
I bet a lot of City fans watching this would say, good.
they probably would. Yeah, they probably would. We'll see what happens. We know that speculation is that he still will be shown the door. But listen,
from City's perspective, it's still been an amazing season, hasn't it?
Fantastic season for City. I mean, arguably the greatest team in the modern era. 4 league titles in a row, never been done, as you know. An amazing team. I thought some of their star performers today, like Phil Foden, didn't quite turn up as they have done for most of the season. But yeah, what a team Manchester City are, but it's United's day.
But it's still great to be a Blue.
That's true.